What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video, and the main topic is that Liverpool want to sign Hugo Ekitike, so we will get you guys all the details, but also I will talk about the links from Spain linking Andy Robertson to an imminent move to Atletico Madrid. What do you think about that? Let me know in the comments below. Do you think that Kerkez and Tsimikas are good enough two left back options for Liverpool next season? Because Kerkez is very close to signing for Liverpool. He's on holiday right now, but the signing is expected to be completed next week, and we will also talk about all kinds of brand new transfer news updates, including, Trent Alexander-Arnold, speaking fluent Spanish in Madrid, which riled up a lot of Liverpool fans, including myself as well. But first, let's talk about Hugo Ekitike. It looks like Ekitike is waiting for Liverpool to sell some players, so Liverpool will be more clear on which striker to target. Our main targets are Alexander Isak, Julian Alvarez and Hugo Ekitike, but Ekitike is the most gettable. Of course, if you enjoy these videos, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new around here so you don't miss the latest updates around Liverpool FC. Turn on the bell notification for that. First, of course, people see him as a project player, and also we have some bad memories from signing the last project striker was Darwin Núñez, and it didn't work out. And there is a bit of misunderstanding about Hugo Ekitike when it comes to his expected goals, because his 15 league goals this season was from an expected goals of 22.55 according to Who Scored, and that was the biggest expected goals on the performance in the Bundesliga. In other words, people assumed that he is a poor finisher, but having watched Darwin Núñez for 3 seasons, there is a fear that signing a centre forward who is an underwhelming finisher is a big mistake. So in their eyes, there is no getting away from it. An underperformance isn't a bad thing though, not if the numbers still appear to be sustainable. So if Hugo Ekitike still consistently gets a lot of chances, a lot of opportunities, sooner or later he will regress to the mean and he will start scoring more of his chances. And also, ultimately, you want attackers who get a lot of high quality chances, high quality shots, who generate a lot of high quality shots on a regular basis. And finishing can be erratic, even at the best of in the best strikers. Sometimes even Mo Salah has a cold spell in the front of goal, and then he has a hot spell where he can't stop scoring. So being an elite chance getter is what is the most important and what is the most highly sought after attribute in a striker in the world of data analysis. Ian Graham said it in his book. A scout or a coach would say, why do we like this forward? His analytics team would respond, he takes loads of really good shots. And the scout would counter, yeah, but does he drive inside enough? Does he bring his teammates into play enough? But we are playing them up front, Graham said. He takes loads of good quality shots. There is literally nothing else to say. All other arguments, they are second order effects compared to this. But people love to mystify and bring more and more factors into play. A use of the data is just to say, this is the most important thing, and we might be wrong about it. We sometimes are wrong, but you have to come up with some really good arguments against this one really important thing. Basically, the bottom line is he takes loads of good quality shots. There is literally nothing else to say. And this is why Liverpool gave Darwin Núñez 3 seasons, and they have given him a lot of benefit of the doubt during his first 2 seasons, especially because he was missing big chances, but he was getting them regularly, consistently. Across his 2 first full seasons with Liverpool, Darwin Núñez had an expected goals of 28, and that is remarkable when you consider a few things. He was adapting to a new country, new league, new system, and yet he still managed an XG of 28 across 3,700 minutes without taking penalties. He was taking high quality shots on a regular basis. Mo Salah, for example, had 34 XG, so just a little bit more than Darwin Núñez, having appeared in 5,800 minutes. So Darwin Núñez in a lot less minutes got a similar amount of expected goals, which means that he's a chance magnet. So in a nutshell, Darwin Núñez had 6 more XG in an extra 2,000. Salah had 6 more XG in an extra 2,000 minutes. This isn't a stat to show that Darwin Núñez Nunez is better than Salah isn't, but it highlights how impactful Darwin was in the final third as a goal threat. And you pay insane money for that. Liverpool did pay 70, 75 million, depending on how many bonuses were triggered for Darwin Nunez. You also ignore the misses because generally speaking, these things balance themselves out. In this instance, it didn't. Darwin scored just 20 goals and he was judged on his actual output rather than his threat. It happened with Diogo Jota as well. He had an expected goals of 0.45 per 90 minutes in his final season with Wolves, but he just averaged just 0.28 goals, and people looked at his return of 7 goals and laughed at Liverpool's decision of spending 40 million. But Liverpool looked at Diogo Jota getting an expected goals of a total of 20 across 2 seasons in the Premier League and thought they were getting themselves a bargain. The same thing happened with Mo Salah, with Sadio Mane. You don't mind an underperformance if all the other metrics are positive. And this is why, some people didn't want Darwin initially, because he had a non-penalty XG of 14 for Benfica, but scored 22 non-penalty goals. So he massively overperformed his XG at Benfica, and he underperformed it at Liverpool. So Liverpool were paying for his output rather than his underlying numbers, and he was running stupidly hot, and that wasn't sustainable. So now let's talk about Ekitike, because he's 22, he's a well-rounded in attack, and he's a dual threat with non-penalty expected goals involvement of 0.91 this season per 90 minutes. So means that he either gets a goal or an assist per 90 minutes in the Bundesliga, and of course Bundesliga tax needs to be applied to this. But for something like £65 million, Ekitike would be a good signing. It wouldn't be an outrageously highly expensive transfer. But the big question is, will Frankfurt accept £65 million? The German media report a fee of €100 million, which is like £80 million. Now that's outrageous, but the likelihood is that Frankfurt will accept less money. Ekitike has a non-penalty goals per 90 minutes average of 0.49, which is even better than Diogo Jota at Wolves, and he has a non-penalty expected goals per 90 average of 0.68 from 4 shots per 90 minutes. That is good shot volume, good expected goals per shot, 0.2 average, and he has a huge expected goals average. So exactly what you want to see from a striker. His misses don't appear to impact his confidence either, so if he misses a big chance, he just keeps going and gets another one and maybe scores the next one. For a bit of context, Darwin Nunez was averaging 1 non-penalty goal per 90 minutes for Benfica during his final season from a non-penalty expected goals of 0.6 and 4 shots. So that's a huge overperformance at Benfica for Darwin Nunez in his last Benfica season. It was always going to be impossible for Darwin Nunez to replicate that output, especially at Liverpool where he's playing in the Premier League, in the Champions League. But that is what he was being judged on. Liverpool paid a premium for his finishing ability, something that was unknown at the time. So Ekitike now and Darwin then are completely different players. They should be judged entirely separately. Ekitike's underperformance really is irrelevant, as Liverpool don't pay for output, they pay for the threat of Ekitike. So that's why I thought, let's break it down, why Liverpool want Ekitike. Here are the numbers, this backs it up, and credit to Sam Maguire who put together this very analytical piece on Hugo Ekitike, and I hope that you guys got a full picture of why Liverpool want Hugo Ekitike. And now let's talk about the big news that David Ornstein posted yesterday afternoon, that Andy Robertson is weighing up a move to Atletico Madrid. Actually, Atletico are weighing up a move to approach Liverpool about Andy Robertson, and it looks like Andy Robertson already said yes to the Atletico Madrid project. He doesn't really want to be second choice behind Kerkez, and it looks like his days are numbered at Liverpool. He has 1 year left on his contract. No formal talks yet between the clubs, but Andy Robertson is 31 years old, and this is the best time for Liverpool to get some money in for him. Theo Hernandez is out of the frame for Atletico Madrid. He's too expensive, the AC Milan left back, and definitely Andy Robertson is an option. And Fabrizio Romano also reported this, but David Ornstein is reporting that Atletico are sourcing reinforcements on the left side of defense, because Reinildo and Azpilicueta, both left backs, are out of contract at Atletico Madrid, And Robertson is now one of Atletico Madrid's top priorities after they thought Theo Hernandez was too expensive. And Andy Robertson said, when you play for a big club like Liverpool, you expect challenges, you expect to have competition. I've always faced that, and so has everyone in their own positions. We want the club to be ambitious. They are doing that, and wherever we fit into that, if you are happy with the role, you stay and do it. And if you are not that, I'm sure there will be some people out the door as well. That's the nature of football. And Fabrizio Romano is reporting that Robertson is keen on joining Atletico Madrid, and talks have started already between Andy Robertson's representatives and Atletico's representatives, and also Liverpool and Atletico Madrid. And Atletico consider Robertson as their priority, as it was revealed. But some people are saying that Atletico wants Robertson for free or for a very low fee. I would only sell him for at least £10 million, and to get at least our initial investment back. We signed him for 8 million, and basically we sent like Kevin Stewart to Hull City, and he wasn't an £8 million player. So basically we got Andy Robertson almost for free. And Robertson is among the top three left backs in Premier League history, with Ashley Cole and Dennis Irwin and Andy Robertson. And Robertson has been one of the most likable Liverpool players of the last 10 years. He's got a huge, fun personality. He's got great desire to win. He's brilliant in and around the training ground and with other players and the fans as well. So if Andy Robertson leaves, he will leave as an absolute Liverpool legend, and he leaves with a much better and much bigger reputation than Trent Alexander-Arnold, who destroyed his own reputation. But also, it sucks if Andy Robertson leaves without a proper Anfield farewell, because at the end of the season we didn't know that Andy Robertson is going to leave, so Liverpool fans couldn't give him a proper send-off, and that is really a shame. But of course, another Liverpool fan said, I don't think Andy Robertson should be starting every week, but he's a massive character, he's a massive leader to lose, especially with so much change. And I highly doubt Atletico would be paying big money for him either. Think his wannabe celebrity agent will be pushing for this though, and he put a rat emoji at the end of the sentence. I love that, because Andy Robertson's agent is also Trent Alexander-Arnold's brother, who facilitated Trent Alexander-Arnold's move to Real Madrid. So I can understand why some Liverpool fans are upset about that. Andy Robertson not getting a proper send-off at Liverpool is awful. Unbelievable player for Liverpool over the years. He kept his head down. You never heard him moan or, complain. And he would absolutely run through a brick wall for you. So I also will be gutted if Andy Robertson leaves for sure without a proper send-off. I love this. One Liverpool fan said, I wonder if Andy Robertson will just change his shirt name to Andy now that he's going to live in Madrid. Probably won't, because he's not, who is more interested in modeling Prada undies. I hope he smashes it at Atletico. And I want Andy Robertson to absolutely kick the hell out of Trent Alexander-Arnold when they meet in the Madrid derby, if that happens. Andy Robertson bombing up the left side, and that's Trent Alexander-Arnold's side on the defensive side. I would love it if Andy Robertson and Trent Alexander-Arnold clashed, and Andy Robertson took one out on Trent Alexander-Arnold. That would be brilliant. Another Liverpool fan said, Andy Robertson will always have a special place in my heart. A wonderful player and a wonderful human being. We got him practically for free. He cost 8 million. We sent Kevin Stewart the other way for around the same amount. Absolute Liverpool legend, Andy Robertson. And also Liverpool have been linked with Cristian Romero, the 27-year-old Tottenham left back, who is an Argentinian World Cup winner. People say they wouldn't mind Romero. I'm still not decided on that yet. I will probably do more research. I just wanted to mention his name. I probably might do a dedicated video on him. He's experienced though. He's very aggressive. He's a bit of a shithouse, and it's exactly what Liverpool sometimes missed at the back. Injuries can be questioned, but Tottenham hanging him out to dry every week, with their system. It's going to be different at Liverpool. Plus, he's best mates with McAllister. South Americans thrive with mates around them. He's the right age. And if Konate leaves on a free transfer next summer, or if Liverpool might sell him, Cristian Romero wouldn't be too bad of a replacement. And he has a nasty edge to him. It wouldn't shock me if a few at the club rate him quietly. Tottenham will be desperate for him to extend. Atletico also want him, but a half-decent fee would fetch experience cover for a season if Liverpool don't see their main central targets attainable. So yeah, Cristian Romero could be an option for Liverpool What do you think about him? Let me know in the comments below. And also, Liverpool have multiple scouts and recruitment staff at the Under-21 European Championships at Slovakia. It's a big chance to spot emerging talent, you know, talented players that you can write down their names and you can scout them for years, and maybe they will be the next big transfer for Liverpool in a few years' time. And if you can spot emerging talent early, as well as you create detailed profiles for future scouting, that's a great tactic for Liverpool. And also, some Liverpool fans are saying if you're not getting at least 8 to 10 million pounds for Andy Robertson, it's not worth letting him go. It's better to just keep him around for one more season. And also, a word on Trent Alexander: you can't justify the way that he left. He's a grown man and he has to own it. But you also have to question how much of this whole Trent saga was driven by his agent and brother, Tyler Alexander-Arnold, behind the scenes. Because this is a new behavior from him. He tried it with Henderson, he pushed it with Trent, and now Robertson. He has consistently used his brother's career as leverage to really hurt Liverpool Football Club. No loyalty, no respect for what Liverpool gave them, just ego and opportunism for someone living off Trent's platform. It does make me wonder what kind of pressure Trent Alexander-Arnold has been under all this time just to please his family, because yeah, his family are pretty toxic, to be honest. So yeah, that's how I wanted to finish this video, not on a high note, but yeah, it's interesting how family dynamics could have shaped Trent Alexander-Arnold's decision to join Real Madrid. Let me know your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, see you later guys, goodbye.